Let's go ahead and get the meeting started. I got 6:32, and we'll go ahead and start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Thank you very much. Joe, you got the attendance?
I do.
Okay. And so I'm going to do something unusual this evening because Dan Benjamin has got another meeting at 7 o'clock to get to. I'm going to bring him to the top before we get into the minutes and the VSO piece here, if that's okay with everybody.
Sure.
If there's any objection to that?
Nope.
All right, Dan, you're up.
Well, I had something unusual happen to me. I had a call back from Reese Across America, the mobile van. And I got in touch with her finally after a year and a half. And I think I've pretty well got things set for to come into Wakefield and set up their van by the AmeriCal Civic Center on April 21st, which is Patriots Day, which ought to be a nice little set here from Wakefield for Patriots Day. And everything is closed basically in town. I think that's a town holiday. The AmeriCal is closed. They're having their floors fixed. The Boys Club is closed. The food pantry is closed. So we have, a good spot right there. There might be some sports going on at the time. I'm not sure, but we won't be affecting the sports field. We'll be in that little parking lot. And whether I can get a vote from the town committee here, the Veterans Advisory Board, to sponsor it. It's absolutely free for anybody that attends it. And they'll be there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So let's open the floor for discussion here for Dan. He's basically got the Rees Across America van to come on April 21st, which is Patriots Day. Any objection for discussion?
Dan, I would just say that
any questions?
Dan, it's like a 23-seat theater, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's
Go
very
on to
cool.
for Reese Across America and look for the MEE, a mobile educational van. And it's free to anybody in town. It's got a 24-seat theater inside. And I think they have a 6-man crew that takes care of everything there. We basically have to have one member of the Veterans Advisory Board there at all times. I can look out my window right now and see it, so I'm going to be over there.
Okay. Are we responsible
Yeah, I'll be there, Dan. I will help out, definitely.
Yeah, I think I can be there provided I don't have to work. David, I don't know. Wakefield,
Find my phone.
yeah, Wakefield Town Hall's closed, right? Or is the district open?
The senior center is closed, but I'll work Tuesday and I'll count my time there as 1 hour, 2 hours. My comp time or something. I don't know. I'll be there.
Yeah, I can definitely be there also. Are we on the hook to support the crew of 6 in any way?
Not that I know of. Doesn't say anything in there about it. I mean, they travel the country. They'll be coming up from North Carolina and Virginia up to here. And they'll stay here for maybe about 5 days and then head for someplace else.
Well, I know yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. I don't have that much Irish in me, but the Italian in me says, do we have to feed them?
No, but we can ask.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll appreciate anything we give them.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get with them and divvy up hours that they needed? Because I can be there most of the day up until like 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
can
I think it's,
all day, so
long
just,
as-
you just have to let me know what hours you need me.
I think long as somebody, one person's there, that's all they need. Like I said, it's a crew of 6 that do this every day of the week and they know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah, but just let me know what hours you need me.
Okay.
So Dan, what were the dates again?
April 21st, Patriots Day,
What, 8 o'clock to 6?
8 to 4.
8 to 4, okay.
This is a great educational trip for, the middle school kids, the high school kids, elementary school, you name it.
We could promote this on WCAT perhaps.
Yeah, well, we've gone as far as I can, and I think we'll have to bring it up to Steve Mayo and then the town council to vote on it, to accept it, I guess. Maybe DPW too, Joe Conway.
Where are we planning on putting the van?
Right beside the Americal, the entrance going into the food pantry or the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay,
And we just cone it off, and then everybody else can go wherever they want in the parking lot.
okay. And this doesn't interfere with Carnival and all the other activities going on that week?
Well, you got Tuesday is election day, so that we can't have a carnival in there. So the carnival is gonna pull in probably right after election day, maybe that night, set up all day Wednesday and open for business, I think, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and half a Sunday. They're losing about 2 days, but you couldn't have anybody in that parking lot on election day. Kind of different this year.
Any support from municipal services like police and fire and stuff like that?
That we'll have to find out from town council what they want.
Yeah,
Dan, have
And-
you passed this along to Sherry Dalton?
I
So
have,
that-
I've gone and talked to Dan McGrath, who gave me all the details on the Americal, what's open, what's closed.
Oh,
But then go to maybe tomorrow morning, I can drop off and maybe get on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yeah, because the next meeting is Monday, the 24th, which would be the better time to have it before the council so that, the approval can be considered at that time.
Mhm.
Because after that, it gets very close. So that way, and it's out of the way for you. That I can't imagine there's going to be any issues, but I think it would be better to be able to have it on Monday's agenda if we can.
It's a great opportunity for the kids here in Wakefield. They don't stop at every place in the United States, believe me. So, it's great to see them come here. We've been supporting Wreaths Across America, must be 8 or 9 years at least now.
they do a lot of good work.
So I just have a couple basic questions. Because it's Patriots Day, I don't know if the Americal's open, which leads me to a couple questions. One is, does the van, do they run on their own generator or do they need power? Do they need to plug into something?
They run on their own generator.
Okay,
And the Americal will be closed, and I believe Dan said they're doing some floor work in there, I think, on the weekend, because it's so closed up, this is their opportunity to get something done.
okay. What about the use of facilities? Are they self-contained for themselves and
Well,
what about public?
They'd probably have to open up the building, and I'd have to talk to them about that, but you have the portable toilets for the sports fields anyway, and you got the Galvin across the way. You got quite a few places you could go if you had to go.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have portable toilets, there's a fee involved in that.
But I think there's one always in between the two sports fields.
There is.
Okay, okay.
And like I say, there's usually some sports going on at the time. I know when they have the carnival, they still got sports going on.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think if we pass it by town council, they're gonna want police and fire to know about it, DPW know about it. We'll have, they have a checklist, I think Sherry's got.
So that's a question too, if we're gonna need, if they decide we need police there, we're gonna be the ones, we're gonna have to think about paying the police detail.
I don't expect you will need that. I do think though, Dan, if you can reach out to Sherry Dalton, she'll make sure that any of the departments can do the sign off on that.
Yeah.
If
Harry
you-
would know everything you need to know, Dan, anyway.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
if you, and I'll make sure to follow up with her as well to let her know that we're hoping to get this on the agenda for Monday. And I imagine it should be able to be added so long as, that we're able to get the sign offs before then.
I think as long as we notify the police, they're gonna have extra patrols in the area and take a look as they go by. Good part is right on Main Street, so easily seen.
I don't anticipate there being issues with that. I don't think we're gonna have any pushback at all. It's just a matter of making sure we just get the sign offs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think if people would be there, they're not gonna be there that long. I mean, it isn't like a carnival ride or something. It's, it's a showcase that you go in and maybe watch the movie. I think the movie is about 10 or 15 minutes long and that's it. And we might think about getting some sponsor forms made up for this coming year that maybe we can give out there too. For the wreaths.
Is it the same price as last year, Dan?
I'm not sure about that. I know it's December 13th this year.
okay. One person that I'd like to reach out to, and I'll be happy to do it, is Dennis Fazio, who's also a big supporter. I did a while ago, I passed to Steve Mayo a certificate or a couple certificates from Wreaths Across America to people in town. I have 2024 certificates for some people in town also. Maybe we can do the presentation and clean Steve's desk off a little bit. To do a quick presentation while the van is there.
Well, he's the one that started it many, many years back there.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And it
Yeah.
was a couple of wreaths, maybe one. row.
It was a very small amount, if I remember correctly, but it has grown to become a very successful event. And it's also supported by Shaw's and their community outreach. Are there any other people that we need to get in touch with in town?
Just maybe Joe Conway.
Okay,
Maybe
mean-
we get some cones or something dropped off to block off that little area.
I mean, it may not be a bad idea to get Chamber of Commerce, loop them in, just to let them, get them in the know.
Well, I'm going to a meeting for the parade in about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I know Barbara Worley is there and I can let her know. And she's with WCAT, I guess, the Rotary, the Chamber, you name it.
so and are there any other questions from members of the board? Does somebody want to make a motion?
Would you like the motion to be that we
Yeah.
allow the Wreaths Across America van to come?
Yeah,
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
second. All those in favor of supporting the Wreaths Across America van on April 21st, Patriots Day? Okay, it looks to be unanimous. And any opposed? Yeah. So it's unanimous with the quorum that we have available this evening. So Councilor Dombrowski, that you got it. Councilor Dombrowski, I don't think it needs a vote by the town council, but it just needs to be, we need to inform the town that this is going on. I don't know.
Well, we're setting up something on town-owned property, so I think it should go through the channels. Again, Sherry is the best conduit for that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be better because it's not all that different than setting up on Common or something like that. So I think it would be better.
that covers the liability piece if it's on town property.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay. Dan, thank you very much for bringing that up. I appreciate it. And
Was a lot of phone calls, believe me.
well, it kind of caught you off guard, but that's okay. That was good news. And I appreciate you putting that together. And I'll be curious to see what they do for informing the public about their program.
It'll be a nice thing on Patriots Day.
I think so. I think that's a good day. I think that's a good piece. Now we have to get people to come.
He gets it
Building, they will
moved at
come.
town council on the 24th. At least that gives us time to get it in the paper and
Yeah.
get it into the schools maybe before they head out for
Yeah.
vacation.
I'll get
Gives us time to do that.
the DPW to put out that flashing sign that they have out there for.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Okay. Moving on to the next item. We'll go ahead. Let's take a look at the minutes from February 2025. And I did pass them out. They're not that extensive. Joe, I just made a couple corrections on, the grammar.
Yep.
Okay. No change in content. Is there a motion to accept the minutes from February?
I'll make the motion, accept the minutes from February.
Okay,
Second,
second by Marion. All those in favor of the minutes for February? Any opposed? Seeing none? The minutes are approved. Joe, if you'd please send those to Sherry and she'll post them on the town website. Thank you.
Sure.
From the VSO report for March 2025, you're up, David.
Good evening, everyone. The VSO report from the Wakefield Veterans Service Office. The Veterans Monthly Greater Boston Food Bank will be held on Wednesday, March 19th. It provides 28 veterans and their families with much-needed provisions. Thank you once again to the Wakefield Food Pantry for providing several dry goods and paper supplies for the program. I spoke with Jill Block from the Wakefield Food Pantry representative regarding requests and the process of distribution through an audit. If Wakefield veterans, spouses, or immediate family members of a veteran would like to participate in this program and to be included in the drive-through and pickup, please call our office for further information. 781-246-6377 or email at dmangan@wakefield.ma.us. For Veteran Services, the tireless system for Veteran Services is still in the developmental stages for the district. We have had several Zoom meetings over the last few weeks, and it's starting to come into fruition. I have been once again recertified as a Massachusetts Veteran Service Officer with a certification due every 3 years. The podcast we have developed for veterans in collaboration with both Jim Cotter and the WCAT radio and television station is going well. Last Tuesday, we had Charles Deniso as our guest. He is a 98-year young merchant marine and Army soldier who served in World War II. Our Wakefield Office of Veteran Service will be awarding 3 medals of fidelity and 1 Korean Ambassador for Peace medal to families posthumously on Memorial Day, Monday, May 26th at 1 p.m. at the World War II Memorial. More specifics to follow. If any veteran would like to participate in this historical program, would like to share your military experiences to the public, please contact my office. No names are broadcasted on the WCAT podcast unless you agree to, and the stories will become part of the historical records for the town. The town council will be meeting on Monday, March 24th, to discuss the veterans' budget for the upcoming fiscal year towards the district and the direction, as well as the support by the district office in Melrose. Chapter 115. With the established support of the district to assist by covering 1 day a week at the Wakefield office, the Veteran Services can focus more thoroughly on developing a more enhanced Chapter 115 program by communications and networking. The Chapter 115 program provides a uniform assistance for financial medical aid for veterans and their dependents. Wakefield now has 7 clients on this program. Qualifying veterans and their dependents receive necessary financial assistance for food, shelter, fuel, and medical reimbursement monthly in accordance with a formula that takes into consideration the number of dependents and income from all sources. For those on a medical-only category, prescription drugs are reimbursed, and if they qualify for Mass Health buy-in, we can assist in getting the application submitted. For appointments for Veteran Services, please contact me with any questions you may have regarding ongoing benefits or submission of new benefits. We're located downstairs at the rear entrance of the Senior Center, 30 Converse Street, Wakefield, and is by appointment only. Veteran Service hours of operation are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Holidays on Monday hours will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. or adjusted to accommodate the needs. Voicemail is checked 7 days a week at 781-246-6377. Thank you very much. Are there any?
Any questions? David, I have one thing to add. And that is that just for the public information and for all veterans, please know that when you log in to your va.gov website, okay, the VA now has reduced the login opportunities to just 2, okay? They've eliminated My Healthy Vet. They've eliminated your DS login. The DS login option will go away in September of 2025. Moving forward, your 2 login options are login.gov, that's login.gov, or id.me, ID.me. One is the login.gov, enters your VA records to include My Healthy Vet, okay, which are your medical records, through a government portal. The ID.me enters your VA records to include your medical records through a .org portal, okay, or a portal that merchants and others can access. And that's important to know for ID.me because large companies like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or a Carhartt, okay, when you're ordering through them, they check with ID.me in order to award a veteran's benefit for purchase. Okay, those networks and things are connected at a national level now. So there's 2 options to log into your VA information. One is login.gov and the other is id.me.
And I have documentation, Paul, at my office that I could give as a handout as we did at the coffee social last Saturday. So the documents are there. It's a guiding portal that'll show them how to set it up and everything. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And also, I do believe that the Senior Center is offering a course at the end of May for those veterans that may be having trouble or need some assistance to access their medical records. And that was set up by Karen Burke, the director of the Melrose, the Wakefield Senior Center. Okay, Any questions for David on the VSO report? Do we have a motion to accept David's report?
To accept.
Second,
Okay, Joe will second. All those in favor of David's report? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none. The VSO report is approved. On item number 6, just some general information here. Thank you very much to those on the board. I know, Joe, you posted a few items. I also posted the Memorial Day event using the community calendar that's available to us through the town website. I encourage us to use that calendar more often. The VSO food coffees are on there, and also I believe the VSO food pantry has also been posted to that calendar. And I put some of the dates and events that should also be on that calendar. And Joe, I would just ask you to kind of check in there with me. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Megan. Yes,
There isn't the April date, shouldn't that be the 19th? Isn't it always the 3rd Saturday
for the coffee,
for the coffee?
David.
David?
Yeah. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, because I thought we usually did the 3rd Saturday for the coffee, and that's the 2nd Saturday. I only
No, it's the
noticed
3rd.
that
The
'cause
coffee
I
is
have a
always.
VFW auxiliary
Now,
meeting.
can you hear me now?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's always the 3rd Saturday of the month.
So the
So it
April,
should be the 19th.
19th.
Oh,
Yes, the 19th.
the April date should be
Thank
19th.
you.
Thank you for catching that. When is Easter Sunday?
The 21st. 20th.
20th,
20th.
20th.
Okay. So, okay. Any other corrections on dates that we need to make? May looks good for the coffee on the 17th. And another one that we can add now is the April 21.
Yep.
And we'll do that. We can add that after the town council meeting. Okay, item number 7. Are there any other items that we need to add for communication? Joe, I want to thank you for putting that one Facebook post up there about the 2 veterans that met at breakfast. First time they saw each other in 60 years, and they only lived one town apart from each other.
It was amazing.
Wow.
I was kind of amazed that they didn't bump into each other sooner. Let's go to item number 7. The subject is the 80th anniversary for Victory in Europe Day, and that's Thursday, May 8th of 2025. Dale, you got some information to bring us up to date on what CBS had to offer.
Well, yes, I thought I was in pretty good shape there, getting finally got through to the archive people, and I filled out the form for the requesting that we get that archive. They don't have one of the Victory in Europe. It apparently was not recorded in the 20th century episodes. But we were going for the one for D-Day. And so I put in that request and got a response back from them, which kind of blew me away, because The response said, yeah, we can do this, but it's cost $2,500 for the license and $200 for the medium. And I had previously spoken with Ian McDermott at the WCAT, and he gave me the format that we wanted and everything. But I would be very surprised if the town would go for $2,700 for the D-Day thing from CBS. I'm very disappointed. Ian McDermott suggested that we try and just go for a one-time audience thing and not indicate that we were going to show it on WCAT. Apparently, they're charging us because we wanted to broadcast it.
Well,
Isn't that what we would be doing though?
I'm sorry, say again?
But we would be broadcasting it, correct?
Just the, well, what we're going to look to broadcast is, that's the only thing from CBS would be the D-Day thing. But YouTube, which WCAT can grab, I've already given them the code for the YouTube, is World War II in high definition, victory in Europe. And that's an 8.5 minute thing, which goes through the last days of the Third Reich and the completion of it. And it goes into some summary of the cost of World War II and lives lost and things like that. So we can have that one with no problem at all. But not the CBS thing, unless they accept that there's no charge for just doing a one-time show with no gratitude being paid. I don't know. I have not gotten back to them after they dropped the expense bomb on me.
so Dale, what is the cost of just the one-time show without doing a broadcast?
I don't know. That's the question now. That they lumped it together as $2,700 and then $200 for the medium.
Yeah, I would think if we're going to put it on WCAT, we're going to pay for the broadcast versus like an individual view anyway. So I would think that 2,700 would be what we would pay.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess it's a question we have to go to the town for that kind of money, or yeah. And once again, that's D-Day, not VE Day. VE Day we can get with no cost.
Does YouTube have a film for the which one did you say that we already had for YouTube? That's VE Day?
VE Day we've got. It's the
That's
20th Century Fox of the D-Day invasion is the one that they would be charging us for, because they don't have a VE Day.
Okay, I had them mixed up. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, so there's a couple other costs. We would have to pay for the broadcasting with WCAT. If we did the one time, we're thinking of doing something in the Galvin because that was a shorter option that they had produced. However, opening the Galvin would also incur some cost, okay, to the town for the janitorial services and opening it up to the public for that evening. I don't know what those costs are, okay? But that's something. I know you were working with the folks at the BB Library. Were they thinking of doing anything for D-Day?
Well, they didn't have anything themselves, although the library system had some DVD, and I have a copy of it here, which I don't know if you can see that clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is done in the 1980s with Walter Cronkite, However, it totally skips over VE Day. It just comments about. But there's some good footage in here, okay, on these DVDs, which obviously we can use. So I don't know. But there's nothing for VE Day. But there is a lot there about the Normandy invasion.
Okay. Any ideas or thoughts from the board?
I will certainly get back to CBS and ask them about a one-time show without the issue of having it going into our archive, i.e. just showing the thing in the auditorium.
How much interest do you think we're gonna get on this? I
Well,
mean,
seeing as how the
watch
main,
True Buff, I watch everything about it, but a lot of people, I just don't think you're gonna get the interest in this that that you might think you're gonna get.
well, let me say this here. I was previously under the impression that this was going to be a part of the Memorial Day program in the auditorium. But seeing as how the Memorial Day program is at the World War II monument, I tend to agree. I don't think it'll draw a lot of people.
Yeah.
By itself.
I don't know why you would put it as part of the Memorial Day when VE Day was in the beginning of May and Memorial Day is at the end. But regardless, I just don't think you're gonna get the amount of people in the amount of interest that you really need in order to go forward with this.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
I
I'd be here because I always watch those things. I watch the History Channel all the time, but
Yep.
I just don't. Just my thought.
No, I agree. I mean, if I think it would be, as I said, the VE Day is only 8.5 minutes. The YouTube program that would fit fairly well in with the Memorial Day ceremony. It's still May of 80 years later. Okay, yes, it's not the exact day, but it's still in May.
So I have a discussion next Tuesday with the Memorial Day guest speaker that I'm not ready to disclose just yet. But there may be something that the Memorial Day guest speaker can offer in terms of a suggestion. One thought that I am thinking of is the local news and media doing anything that we can tap into?
Good. I don't know. No idea. We can call and ask.
Well, does the person that you're communicating with at CBS, would they be able to answer that question?
CBS, this is the national CBS.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I do have a contact there and I can certainly ask the question.
I would definitely ask that question if they're planning on, if there's anybody in the New England area that might be able to come to Wakefield. That might draw a crowd.
I guess I'm not following. What were you
They may
thinking?
have a speaker. They may have a speaker. They may have a program that includes, and I'm not looking for the $10,000 speaker. Okay. I'm looking for I'm looking to find out if we can tap into what they're already doing in the area.
Yeah.
Okay. If they have something planned.
Okay.
Okay.
When
Uh,
you say tapped into it, you mean a feed into
yes, yeah, yeah.
a feed? Okay,
They
okay.
may be, uh, and that might come at that might come at a smaller cost. Okay. Um, speaker fees can get expensive. Okay.
Mhm.
I wouldn't ask CBS for a speaker. However, if they are producing something that could be shown, that would help them out as well as help our effort out also to educate the public. Okay.
Mhm.
And just bring awareness to the public. But I am the person that I'm meeting with is a historian, okay, at the national level. So that's something that we can have a discussion about when I see him on Tuesday.
Okay,
Okay. I would say that the idea of the proposal that I came up with originally was to just show the movie The Longest Day, but that's too long.
yeah, it's 3 hours, yeah.
The cost is a lot less, okay, but it is a 3-hour movie, okay, and the consensus with the board is that's way too long. So just something to, and it's a little bit too soon to do anything on the common, like movies on the common.
Absolutely, yeah.
And-
You know,
but a World War II movie might not be a bad idea for a movie on the common. Okay, something that's the reason I chose The Longest Day as opposed to like a Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan, I think, is a little bit too graphic for the general public. Okay. Um, the Longest Day is not. They had more restrictions back in the 1960s and the late 1950s, and they didn't have the technology either. But I still think it's a day and a moment that we should remember in town somehow.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, there was just a huge loss of life.
Yeah, I did it. I did a deep dive this afternoon in the Department of Defense news agencies and video that they offer to the public. There really isn't that much there. A lot of information has been pulled down with the change of administration. So it's a little bit. Those segments that are made available right now are very, very short. They're maybe 2 minutes. Okay. To see if there was any plan for to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. And I didn't get anything from the Department of Defense news, digital news media cycles. Okay.
Yeah.
They're primarily focusing on America 250, okay, to try to get that up and off the ground.
Yeah.
And it could be this could be a simple case of we've got a lot going on. We've got America 250. There's the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, and then shortly we have Memorial Day, and then we also have the rededication ceremony in Wakefield. I mean, that's kind of a lot that's kind of happening here, and I
In a
don't
short time frame.
in a very exactly in a very, very short time frame, and it's all part of the same piece of what we are as Americans. Okay. But I think the public is going to get there's a chance of the public becoming overwhelmed. Okay. And that's not my intent. Okay. Again, it's just to make the public aware. It kind of, to her credit, like Nancy Bertrand has done with women, with honoring women
Mm-hmm.
here in Wakefield, in the publications in the newspaper and things like that. Those stories have been fascinating. I've enjoyed them.
So,
Uh,
very nice.
and they do tie into the timeline and the history and, you know, our culture. And it's important. And that's kind of where I'm going with the World War II piece for on May 8th. It's just a day that we need to kind of remember the end of the war. It was a big deal. That was a really big deal.
What about if we could get something that is no cost? Because one thing I have not found is the actual signing of the surrender terms, okay, which I know I've seen numerous times, okay. The one with Eisenhower, you know, with holding up the pens that were signed and all that. Those would be something we could, if we could get a hold of them, would be on, we could put on WCAT. If they're available from the DOD or anything like that, I don't know about that, but because those were military films that were at that point.
Have you tried the History Channel to see if they, because let me tell you, they have it from the beginning to the end. They have all about World War II from the
Yeah.
beginning, how it started, right to VE Day, and have you tried them, Dale? Maybe?
I have not tried them fully. Okay, I do have that one clip which is because we talked earlier about showing the D-Day invasion.
Yeah.
And I do have that clip available. Okay, so but we could look and see if they have the clip of the
If
of
they
the,
might
of
have,
the
I mean,
German surrender.
because I've
And
watched all of it on
and
there.
then that could be put across WCAT either as a separate item or as part of their pre or post Memorial Day thing, and just add it on.
There are some other good videos that are out there, like The Darkest Hour, The Bridge on the River Kwai, The Great Escape, which is a great old movie,
Yes,
and Dunkirk, which was pretty famous not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Again, long movies though.
Paul, some of them can be pretty aggressive, but then again, that's what this is all about. You know, to show people what they've gone through to get to where we are today.
You might want to check with Nancy Bertrand, Dale.
I'll be happy to. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you send Nancy a note?
Mm-hmm.
And here's where I'm going with my thought. There may be something in the Wakefield archives at the library that would be of interest to the general public. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, when I think of VE Day, I think of the picture of the sailor and the nurse in Times Square. Okay. That has no connection to Wakefield.
Unfortunately, that wasn't VE Day. That was VJ Day.
It may have been VJ Day. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that was the end. That was the end
yeah.
of the war.
Yeah.
But there may be something in the Wakefield archives, okay, that kind of sort of stick out for the community.
Yeah.
VE.
I'll look into it and see if there's something. But I appreciate all the comments, Marion's included. I'll take a look and see what I can find. But we're pretty much in agreement, though, that whatever we do would be only through WCAT. Is that correct?
Well, WCT and also the daily item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, to work with them, you know, to get pieces, something in there. And again, I'm okay for doing some sort of an event, but the idea was maybe, you know, opening up the Galvin Auditorium so that it's used, number one. Number
Mhm.
two is to provide the public with an opportunity to maybe see something of that day or of that time. Okay.
Mhm.
And I agree with everybody that some of the movies are too long. Okay. And I applaud the newsreel, okay, summary, okay,
Mhm.
which would be kind of sort of better of the time. Okay. Um, with a little bit of a presentation, perhaps that's fine, you know, to kind of do a soft presentation. But WCAT can also kind of fill the gap with their services to the community on using the YouTube sites also. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so, yeah, I would touch base with Nancy Bertrand.
Okay,
See if she has anything that she might be able to help us out with. And ideally, maybe we do something with the BB Library and the Wakefield Historical Commission. And it's just maybe a display for a week at the BB Library that we can help to support. Okay. And if the BB is not available, we might be able to do the display, in one of the schools, or perhaps, even at the senior center, something, to that effect. Okay. To go
or
through,
at the Americal.
or at the Americal would be another one too. Yes. And like I said, I'll have discussion next Tuesday with our guest speaker from Memorial Day.
Good.
About,
Okay.
this is something that kind of floats his boat. Okay, so we'll bring it back to April. Okay, but we've got to come to some decision.
Mhm.
Very, very quickly here as
Yeah,
to,
absolutely. I agree.
okay. And I appreciate your work and effort, Dale. That's good information. Okay. Are there any other inputs for May 8th? Any other thoughts? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to item number 8, which is the just basically around the horn with the board members. And I'll start with Marion.
Oh, no, I don't even really have anything to report, just upcoming events like Vietnam Veterans Day on the 29th and all that. So that's about all.
So what are you doing on Vietnam Veterans Day on March
I
20th?
am going down to Fall River. They are having a ceremony down there and then a luncheon afterwards, which I just found out about. I guess there is also a program, something's being done at the Saugus VFW, which I did not know about. I just found out about it. You would think I'm a member of the auxiliary and I never heard of it, but I just found out about it. But yeah, the thing in Fall River was the only thing. I finally had to go to the state council to get that information. They didn't even have it posted. So anyway, they were a little chagrined that nothing had been told to the Gold Star Wives. Because I reminded them that of Gold Star Wives of America, 50% of our members are Vietnam veteran widows. And they were a little apologetic and said it won't happen again, but we'll see what next year brings. But that's what I'm doing for that. And then the city is doing a wonderful luncheon for us on April 5th. Well, they do it on April 4th. April 5th is Gold Star Wives and Spouses Day. And they're doing a wonderful luncheon for us too. So that's about all I've been involved in right now, trying to find out where all these different things. And I'm going to see you, Rob, the 28th, right at the comedy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that there's a comedian named Steve Bjork who is from Wilmington, and he's got a show over there that he's doing to benefit Gold Star family. So when I heard about that, I mentioned it to Marion, so she's going to try and go too.
Yeah, two of us go. Did I send that information to you, Joe?
You did.
Yeah, I thought I did. I thought I sent that to, yeah. So anyway, that's what going on.
Where is that, Rob, on the 28th?
I don't know. My wife invited me. I think I sent the,
I think
do you have it, Joe, there handy? The thing from,
Yeah.
I should have it, but
I have it here somewhere.
It is.
I should have
It
it.
is on March 28th at McMullen Hall. 112 Middlesex Ave in Wilmington.
Right. $25.
Cash bar, bring your own food.
Yep.
In Wilmington.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Saugus VFW is hosting an event on the 29th, which is Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. And they will do a pinning ceremony for Vietnam veterans. And that is sponsored by the Daughters of the American Revolution, the chapter in Saugus, which is probably why they're not connected to the Gold Star Wives. Okay, but the DAR is providing the ceremony and the VFW is providing the facility.
Right.
And it starts
Right.
at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Saugus VFW. And the ceremony is it's a pinning ceremony for Vietnam veterans.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna,
The 29th is down at the wall replica that they have in Fall River. That's where the ceremony is going to be at 1 o'clock. And then they have a luncheon afterwards. So
Okay.
we'll go down there. It's the only place we can find. So some of us will go down there, represent the Gold Star Wives.
if I could, Jay Panett and I picked up 25 cases of the Time to Honor Vietnam books at the Chelsea Soldiers Home last week. There are 5 cases at the Saugus VFW. I have about 15 cases available now at my office that I'm going to try to get out to hold some of them for Memorial Day, and some of them letting people know they are at my office. I've been spreading the word on them, and Paul, you're welcome to as many as you need. The Saugus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I have one. I have limited space.
Yeah, I know that.
I already have a box.
The phone booth that you reside in is
Yeah.
is not very inviting, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I have that wall that I have them against, and I've been handing them out. I had 15 cases prior to that I would hand out to veterans as they came to the office, or if they're at the senior center and we break into discussion, I'll usually hand them out there. But I will be getting some out to anyone who wants them, and for that particular day too. I mean, yes,
Dave, how many is in a box?
12.
If I come by and get 2 boxes from you, could
Absolutely.
I have my Boston chapter, Gold Star Wars Boston chapter. We have a spring meeting
Okay.
this Saturday, and I'll take 2 boxes down and see if anybody wants them. I think some of them have it. I know I have one, but I'll see what I can do.
Absolutely.
All right, when are you in the office?
I am there tomorrow and I'm there Thursday. I was there today.
Okay,
was there
I'll come by
Monday.
tomorrow. I'll try to
I'll be
come by
there.
tomorrow. And
I'll be there from 7. I get there about 7:30, 7:45.
okay,
I start my progress at 8 o'clock and I go until about 1 to 2:30. Depends on the many.
okay.
many
Well, I have to
things
take
that
my nephew to PT. When I drop him off at home, I'll run over to the office and get them.
Don't
And
run.
I'm
Take your
thinking
time.
maybe the ladies would like to have a copy of it. I think it's nice. It's a nice book. I have one, so I'll
Okay.
go over and get him.
Okay, very good. Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you. Yep. Anybody else?
So I just sent out the flyer I got from the Daughters of the American Revolution for the March 29, Saturday, March 29 Vietnam pinning ceremony at 11 o'clock. It is open to the public. They do ask that you RSVP so that you can, all they're trying to do is get a feel for the head count. There will be food available following the ceremony at the VFW. They do a really good job. And it's a good group of veterans, and the VFW supports the surrounding communities. Okay, it's not just Saugus.
While I was at the Chelsea Soldiers Home, though, I did speak with Mark Silvestri. He's the ombudsman there, and I've known him for about 5 years now. And I did find out something I wasn't aware of before, that if a veteran is 70% and above disabled, there is no cost to that veteran if they are moved into the Chelsea Soldiers Home whatsoever. No declining balance from Social Security or any declining balance from any benefits they receive from the VA. So FYI.
Good information.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Marion?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dale, do you have anything?
No, I spoke my piece.
Okay. Rob, you're up.
No, nothing else. I actually just sent you a flyer on that. I texted it to you, Paul,
Okay.
on that comedy night, in case you want to put it somewhere. Did you get the flyer, Joe, from
Yeah.
Mary?
Yeah, it should
okay.
be on the Facebook page.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, do you have anything?
No, nothing else.
Nothing else? Counselor Dombrowski.
I just want to say, Dave, that was great on Saturday, the breakfast, really, the great turnout and a lot of enthusiasm too. I thought the speakers were really interesting too. Really, diverse topics. It was great stuff. So well done on that. And I think I'll be seeing you Monday night at our town council meeting.
Yes, you will. Yep.
All right, that's all I have. Thanks, everybody. And unfortunately, I have to jump off first. I'm late for a commitment, so I'm gonna have to jump off for tonight. But it was good seeing everyone, and I'll see everyone soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it, Ed.
Take care.
The only thing I have from the chair's report is succession planning. And I just want to be clear, I am on the board through 2026, through April of 2026. Okay. But I would like people to give some thought to taking on roles and responsibilities. Okay. I would be more than happy if somebody would like to be the chairman. I'd be willing to step down and work in parallel with the chairman. Okay. For my final year on the board. I do not plan to seek another term on the board with the town council after 2026. Okay. I have been the chairman now for 2 years. I don't know if I'll be happy to go for a third year, but I'm looking to kind of strengthen the leadership as opposed to, hog the leadership is a better way of putting it. Okay.
Yeah, but when you do what you do, Paul, we like that,
Well, I'm just throwing it out there. Okay.
I understand.
And we have 3 positions. We have the position of the secretary, we have the position of the vice chair, and we have the chair. Okay. They're not that hard. Okay. There is a little bit of work that needs to be done, but it's kind of fun, to meet other people and to get get your hands involved in what's going on within the community. And I encourage, if somebody is willing and able, I'm more than happy to step down and work with you. Okay. As you step into the chair position. Okay. I don't.
And I will support, I can't take any of the positions because I'm the VSO and it'd be a conflict of interest, but I will be there to support any variables or anyone that wants to get involved, 100%. Okay.
Yeah, and I might be able to do some more work in Saugus if I can step down as the chair of the Veterans Advisory Board in Wakefield. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest to kind of clear the air. Okay, I'm not running away. I'm not going any place that I'm aware of that would prevent me from doing the job. I just, coming up on closing out my term. Okay, I'd like to build it so if somebody is interested, I think it's a good time to do the transition, while the chairman is still available to you on the board. And I'll continue to work with you guys, in 2027, 2028, and everything else. Okay. I don't want to run away. I just, I need a change of pace. That's all. Anything else that we didn't discuss? Next meeting is Tuesday, the 15th of April. That's a famous, if you're a certified public accountant, you're in the busy time right now. But that's a day you can probably crack open the top shelf whiskey at midnight when everything is done. Are there matters that are not anticipated that were on the agenda from anybody? Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second.
Good.
Anybody opposed? And, okay. I'm not sure we have a quorum for adjourning the meeting.
We do.
2, 3,
What?
4, 5.
We do. We have 5.
Okay, we have 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your participation and your input and everything that you guys do. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Uh,
Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, bye.